everywhere I went I was special. Thank you. Hi everyone. Hello. I hope you're having a good night. I'm going through a bit of a difficult breakup, and sorry. I know. Well, it seems to be the season of the end of love. But you know when you're with someone and you think that you really love them, but it turns out you just really love the idea of them. The idea, or maybe you just loved being in love with someone or something. You just love that feeling of love. I kind of imagine it's what it would be like to be like a super fan of a team. Like what's a team that loses all the time? Browns. Okay, it's like those losers. It's like you're dating those losers. That's what it was like for me. And you talk about them all the time. You wear their apparel. You go to all their games. You want everyone to know that you love them. And then the team comes to you and they say, "Hey, sorry, we don't want you to be our fan anymore." And you're like, "What? What?" They're like, "Yeah, we got another fan." Yep. And you're like, "Wait, did I not cheer hard enough? Like, what happened?" They're like, "It's not you. It's her. She's hotter. She's younger. She screams a lot louder. Sorry." Or maybe I thought, I'm not really a sports person, as you can tell. Like maybe it's more like when you love Jesus, like you grew up like really devoted to Jesus, like you love Jesus with all your heart, and your friend comes to you and she says, "Hey, I got something to tell you. Jesus doesn't love you." And he never did. And you're like, "Wait, what? I prayed to Jesus every day." And she's like, "Yeah, he's getting kind of a stalker vibe from you. Think you maybe also, he hangs out with prostitutes. I think you could do better. I think the Buddha's single. Why don't you try dating him?" Honestly, though, the breakup has been really hard. But he was a mansplainer, so he did have his downsides, other than the other insinuating things I'm saying about him. But but I did discover while I was dating him that mansplaining, there's actually like a secret to it. Okay, so if you're ever in a situation where you're dating a mansplainer, does everyone know what a mansplainer is? Okay, yeah, when a man will not stop telling you about something even if you know it so well, like you tell, like he wants to talk about a vagina, and you're like, "I have one, I swear, I know what that is." That's mansplaining. But what I discovered was like one day, he had kind of a bit of a temper, so one day I spilled coffee on his laptop and he came over and I was like, "Oh no," and then I had this thought, I was like, "Wait, I know what to do." And I turned to him and I said, "Oh my God, so sorry. I was trying to Google the Magna Carta. Do you know what that is?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah." And he started talking about like King John or one of the kings and like peasants and taxes and years. And all I had to do was just pretend I was really interested, and then he forgot what I did. And so I realized mansplainers, their kryptonite is trivia. If you ever get in a situation with one, just ask them a question. Dent their car, ask them how a carburetor works. Get caught cheating, well now you gotta bring out the big guns. Ask them about their favorite conspiracy theory. They surely have one. You just have to ask. If you know them well, you could probably even just pick one. But now I have to go back to dating, and that's a huge bummer for me. I hate dating, and online dating is really bad. I have a really hard time making matches. I mean, I do have a few rules for it though. Like one rule is no one who says work hard, play harder, but then you're going through their profile and they you see them on their job site and they work in demolition or they're climbing telephone poles, and you're like, play harder than that? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, have sex with nail guns? Or like, are you gonna like hit me with like pillow fight with bags of concrete? Like, what's the playing harder here? You know? Another rule, and this is a pretty obvious one, you know, and you wouldn't believe that this is on there, but people who say they're looking for women with daddy issues. This is on there, you know, and I do have them, but that's not why I swipe right. But I do want to match with someone who says that just because I want to go out with one and I want to sit across the table for him and I want to say, I don't have daddy issues. I have granddaddy issues. And when he's like, what? I'm like, I get really serious and I'm like, well, when I was a kid, my grandfather had dementia. And he remembered everyone in my family but me. We'd go to visit him and he'd greet my mom, he'd greet my dad, he'd greet my brother, he'd get to me and go, who the hell is that? And it just was so traumatizing. I really hoped that one day he'd remember me. And, you know, then he died. So now I prefer to date guys who can't remember who I am. You know, I prefer retired pro athletes, people with short-term memory issues, you know, maybe motorcycle riders, you know, people who get blackout drunk. You know, I that's my preference. And they don't make the best lovers, but I always take them home. Because there is nothing more romantic to me than waking up in the morning and having someone turn to me and look at me and say, who the fuck are you? And it's like I found my soulmate. You know, he doesn't know where his pants are. He doesn't know where his car is. He doesn't know what city he's in. For a little while, it's like I'm in a dream, you know? So I tell this guy, this is my fantasy, my date, this story. And then I look at him and I say, in my sexiest voice, so what'll it be? Your roofie or mine? Thank you very much.